Assemblyman Marc Butler is on right now. Good morning, sir. I'm sure.
Good morning, Bill.
I'm sure you heard that, and Aaron LaVenture would love to talk to you. You got a lot going on prior to this with the SAFE Act.
I did think the conversation was very interesting, and I agree with them on virtually every point they made. You know, when I was a reporter, I worked in the Herkimer County Bureau. And every time Remington added 50 or dropped 25, we'd go out. We'd talk to people in the community. This is the end of the world economic disaster. Every time they hired 50 or 100 more, it was the golden age coming. This region is very sensitive to what goes on at that plant, and there's always a concern. But I think they're absolutely right. I had some conversations yesterday with the plant manager. This is related to market forces, and quite frankly, the firearms industry is dependent on things that it's a seasonal business. It is politics plays into it, and as the union member said, I think when we had the SAFE Act coming at us in a Democratic administration that was seemingly left-leaning, many were afraid that further gun control laws or regulations would be coming, and I think that upped the demand for Remington's firearms. So this is, I think this is a cyclical business thing, and I share their optimism for the future here in the Valley.
And what about, I mean, you know, they've been tied up in court with the Sandy Hook shooting and trying to, I mean, these lawsuits that try to blame the gun maker for the act done by a deviant. It just costs these companies so much money. I don't understand why these cases even exist in the courts.
Well, you know what? If you follow the trend of the legislation we get in Albany and what happens in Washington, there seems to be a concerted effort to eliminate any personal responsibility for any bad thing that happens. I think it's a serious trend, and I'm not in favor of it. But yes, a firearm is a tool, so to speak, and in the hands of the right people, it does very good things. But you always have that small percentage that figured out a way to take something useful and turn it into something negative. And you know, society just can't eliminate every risk we face. It just can't happen.
Yeah. Oh, we'll keep trying to create this perfect world that turns out to be not all that perfect once we get it created. Well,
I feel like we're in one vast laboratory on these social issues. But you did mention our rally tonight. That's going to be in Johnstown under the auspices of the Pine Tree Rifle Club. It was intended primarily to try to get a campaign going to support the legislation we proposed last week to eliminate provisions of the SAFE Act upstate. We're expecting 150 or more. Certainly, I think what's happening at Remington over the last couple of days will figure into the discussion there. But your union members are absolutely right. Our hearts go out to the families affected by this. It's something we all feel.
All right, Assemblyman Marc Butler, I'm gonna put you on hold because I want to make sure you have Aaron LaVenture's cell number. He would certainly like to speak with you at some point over the next couple of days. So stand by there, and we'll throw you on hold. I'll get you that phone number, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right. Assemblyman Marc Butler, thanks for taking the time here this morning. Hold on tight. We'll come right back.